You want to know what fear looks like? Fear looks like an Iraqi goalkeeper receiving a simple back pass with Erling Haaland bearing down on him at full sprint. The goalkeeper panicked, hesitated, and instead of stepping forward to meet the ball, he stood still and waited for it to come to him. Haaland pressed him like a machine that cannot be reasoned with. The goalkeeper booted the ball directly into the Manchester City striker. It went in. Norway 4, Iraq 1. 2 goals. World Cup debut. And the look on Haaland's face afterwards was not joy or celebration. It was calm. It was satisfaction. It was a man who expected nothing less from himself. This is not the same Erling Haaland who had a slightly down season last year. This man arrived at the World Cup on a mission, and Iraq found out the hard way. Welcome back, football fans from all over the world. Manchester City fans, Norway fans, Belgium fans, wherever you are watching from today, drop your country in the comments right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on because we are covering every single Manchester City player at this World Cup. Now, let's get into it. First, let's talk about what Erling Haaland actually did to Iraq, because it deserves more than just a scoreline summary. Norway walked into Boston's Foxborough Stadium in front of a sellout crowd. And from the very first whistle, they looked sharp, organized, and genuinely dangerous. Haaland was kept relatively quiet in the opening 28 minutes. His best chance, a towering header from a corner that flew well over the bar. But the moment he got his opening, the game was over as a contest. David Müller-Wolf cut inside from the left and squared the ball across goal. Haaland slid in and tapped it home for his 56th international goal. Simple, clinical, brutal. Iraq equalized through a brilliant header that was played towards the Iraqi goalkeeper Jalal Hassan. The goalkeeper waited instead of attacking the ball. Haaland hunted him down like a machine with no off switch. The goalkeeper panicked and booted the ball directly into Haaland. Goal. His 57th international goal in just 56 appearances. Norway never looked back. Leo Østigård added a third from a corner in the 76th minute. And in deep stoppage time, Haaland's towering header from the back post was turned over the line by the unfortunate Hussein for an own goal. Norway 4, Iraq 1. A statement result on day 1 of their first World Cup in 28 years. And let's put this in full context. The same day, France beat Senegal 3-1, with Mbappe scoring twice to become France's all-time leading scorer with 58 international goals. So Group I already has 2 of the most lethal forwards on the planet, both winning their opening games. Norway faced Senegal next in the early hours of Tuesday, the 23rd of June. That is the game everybody in this group stage needs to see. Now, let's be real about what this version of Haaland looks like compared to last season, because there is a genuine difference. Last season at Manchester City, Haaland scored 27 Premier League goals and finished as the Premier League top scorer for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. That sounds incredible, because it is. But by his own extraordinary standards, last season was not his peak. He missed periods through injury. City's collective form was inconsistent across the campaign. He scored 27, but the feeling from some City fans was that there were moments where the ruthlessness was slightly dimmed. He still won the Golden Boot. He still carried City in crucial matches throughout the season. But when you have previously set the Premier League record of 36 goals in a single season, as he did in 2022 to 2023, every other season gets measured against that absolute peak. This summer though, Haaland looks different. Before the World Cup, he was already scoring in every Norway match, going on an extraordinary run of finding the net in 10 consecutive Norway appearances. He scored 16 goals in qualifying alone, including 5 against Moldova in 1 game. He came into this tournament not as someone who needed to rediscover form, but as someone who never lost it. His pressing against Iraq, the work rate, the composure on his goals, the leadership of the line, all showed a player operating at a very high level of sharpness. Enzo Maresca, who watches every Norway match through his fingers, must have been relieved watching that first half, because the version of Haaland on display was the devastating version. Now let's shift across to Jeremy Doku, because Manchester City's other key player at this World Cup had a very different first experience in the tournament. Belgium drew 1-1 with Egypt in Seattle on Monday night, and it was a frustrating evening for the Red Devils. Egypt were absolutely not pushovers, and they proved it from the first whistle. They took the lead in the 21st minute through a spectacular 20-yard strike from Imam Ashour that flew past Thibaut Courtois. Belgium eventually leveled when a Romelu Lukaku header forced Egyptian defender Mohamed Hani to accidentally bundle the ball into his own net. But Belgium never truly controlled the game the way they would have wanted. Jeremy Doku played 85 minutes. Here is what the numbers say. He registered 53 touches, 20 accurate passes at 80%. 5 times he was fouled, 5 touches in the opposition box, and just 1 successful dribble. 1? For a player who completed 47 dribbles across the entire qualifying campaign, more than any other player in European qualifying by 20, 1 successful dribble in this game tells you everything unheard of during his best moments representing City this season. But here's the thing. At club level this season for Manchester City, Doku was electric, and the numbers back it up. His ability to run directly at defenders, shift onto his right foot, and deliver into the box made him one of the most exciting wide players in the Premier League this season. He contributed 7 goals and 9 assists in 41 appearances for City across all competitions. And in the big moments, he was often the player who unlocked tight defenses. Belgium versus Egypt was not his game. He knows it. His next game is against Iran on Sunday, and you can be certain the version of Doku that terrorizes Premier League fullbacks will show up. And then finally, there is Cherki, City's 22-year-old French attacker, and genuinely one of the most exciting players in this entire World Cup squad. He joined from Lyon for around £30 million last summer and had a remarkable debut season, contributing 4 goals and 10 assists in 27 Premier League appearances. He scored on his Premier League debut in the 4-0 win over Wolves. He was described by CBS Sports as maybe the best creator in the Premier League this season. But at the World Cup, Didier Deschamps has other plans. France beat Senegal 3-1 in New Jersey, with Mbappe breaking the French goal-scoring record by netting twice. Bradley Barcola came off the bench to add a superb chipped third goal. Cherki? He came on in the 87th minute, replacing Desire Du with just 14 minutes left. He registered 9 touches, 5 accurate passes, and 3 recoveries. There was barely enough time for him to breathe, let alone influence the game. France have depth so extraordinary that one journalist watching the game wrote, and I'm paraphrasing here, that Cherki is the sort of player every other international team would build their attack around, and he is coming off the bench for France. That says everything about French football right now, and also about the level Cherki has reached to even be in this squad. France face Iraq next on June the 22nd. Cherki will be hoping for more minutes. So 3 Manchester City players, 3 very different stories from day 1 of the World Cup. Haaland delivered exactly what the world expected and then some. Doku had a quiet night in a difficult Belgian performance, but his best is very much still to come. Cherki is waiting patiently for his opportunity in a squad that could win the whole tournament with the depth they carry. Tell me in the comments, which Manchester City player do you think will have the best World Cup from those 3? Haaland, Doku, or Cherki? Drop your answer below and make sure that notification bell is on, because this tournament is just getting started.